Hi, it's Gary Kayye. We're here at InfoComm 2019. We're here with Steve Seminario, the VP of Product Management for Leyard Planar. We're going to do a booth tour, and behind us, we have a giant carbon light wall.
Exactly, yeah. So this is CLI, the part of the carbon light family. It's 1.9 millimeter pitch, and what's kind of unique about this wall is it combines flat CLI panels with these curved corners. And we did this implementation using what we call CLI Flex, a flexible module to make the corners and create this really more immersive look.
Yeah, and the curve is what's unusual. You don't see that very often with LEDs. Certainly one of the most popular things at the show, it's been written about a lot, it's been talked about a lot, is your look-through display, which is a transparent OLED display. We're going to come over here and see that. Tell us about, it's 55 inches. Tell us about how it works.
Yeah, so this is a transparent OLED display. We call it Planar Look-Through. It's 55-inch 1080 panel, and what we have here is sort of a tiled configuration with two high. These can be tiled in other configurations in 2x2s or really as tall or wide as you'd like. You have it in a portrait configuration here, but it can be landscape as well. And it's the perfect sort of tool in the toolbox to do really creative implementations with some object you want to see through the back, but with beautiful content on the front.
Yeah, this reminds me when I see these displays of that scene in Minority Report at the beginning where we're doing all the gesture control, and you can see through the display. And at that time when I saw that movie 20 years ago, I was like, well, they're never going to have something like this, and here it is.
We've actually had a customer use it in that type of application in a control room. I was surprised to see most of them are in these creative installations, but it has been touch enabled because we can touch enable this as well, and folks have used it that way.
All right, so obviously your flagship product line is LED, and here we show LED with HDR.
Yeah, so this is Direct Light X. This goes from 0.7 up to 1.8. This is a 0.9, and what's a little bit different about it is we're using our Aero LED coating. Aero stands for Extended Ruggedness and Optics, and it's really a coating over the LED to make it very durable and also give it a higher contrast look. On this particular wall, we're showing HDR content, so you get the real high dynamic range and vibrancy.
And on the left, you show a front serviceable, the TVF series.
Yeah, this has really become a workhorse for us, the TVF, from 1.2 up to 2.5, mounts right to the wall, fully front installation, front serviceable, looks great, really easy to deploy.
And of course, some years ago, there was this company, Clarity, and they're part of your product line now. I mean, it's probably been, what, 10 years that you've been part of that? And obviously, you still have LCD walls, and that's still a big business because people just some people actually like that, they intentionally want that video wall look, that traditional wall look. But what's nice about this is this gives you the ability to keep building as add-on as building blocks in a way, right?
Yeah, and something our customers have been asking for a long time is, why can't you make a panel that's bigger than 55? Yeah. So more viewing area. And so this is the first one that is larger than 55. It's a 65-inch diagonal, but in addition to that, it's 4 times the resolution. So each of these panels is fully 4K. So you have a big, beautiful image, but also great pixel density for close-up viewing.
So, certainly one of the most popular things here at the show, I want to cross over and show that, is the 0.7 millimeter LED display, because in the case of 0.7 millimeter, you are at the resolution visually, the perceived resolution of like an LCD display that you'd hang on the wall. So you could use this in indoor boardroom, meeting room, classroom kind of environments because you're now at the resolution where you can replace any display, including projectors.
Exactly. So really even in a smaller room where you're 8-10 feet away from the room or even closer, the 0.7 has that kind of pixel density where you're not going to see the pixels, you'll just see the high resolution image. This wall here is fully 4K and really not that big a wall. You can imagine this in a boardroom or a big conference room.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know that anyone else is shipping a 0.7 millimeter product right now in this configuration. So I think you're kind of in a leadership position right now with that resolution, that pixel density.
Right, it's the finest pitch really shipping today, and we have shipped this to a number of customers, and we're in production.
So then finally, the thin bezel, or what you call the smallest bezel LCD on the market. Talk about that.
Yeah, so this is again part of the Clarity Matrix product line, the MX55M, 55-inch panels, but really the smallest bezel available, 0.88 millimeter image to image. The other thing about this is it features a dynamic backlight. So what I really like about it is you get incredibly black blacks and uniform blacks, which is sometimes with LCD, not quite up to standard. But with this, fantastic. So we really get very high contrast and really nice black levels in addition to the small bezel.
Yeah, and from a technology standpoint, the reason why you're able to do that is because it's purpose-built. You're not trying to build a display for 16 different applications. You're building a display for one application, so therefore you can fine-tune it to get that level of black and have control over it so that it still maintains its uniformity and control over time, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So find out all these products. You can go to Leyard.com, you can go to Planar.com. We actually went around and shot product videos on all the individual videos on all the products here on the show floor. You can see all of those at raypubs.com/InfoComm2019. Type in Leyard or Planar in the video search window because we're handling both of them here.
There to go.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks very much.